Hello, Comsers. Hope you all are having a great time. My name is Ståle Hansen, and I am the producer of this session. As always, please ask your questions in the Q&A. We will go through them in the end, and if you don't have time for them, we will repost them in the breakout session. This session is called ClobbaVR and ClobbaRM, voice recording and DID management, and will be presented by Jacob Elliott. I have muted you, Jacob, but you need to unmute yourself and take it away.
Perfect. Thanks, Ståle. Thanks for that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time today. Hopefully this will be a really informative session for you. We're going to look at ClobbaVR and ClobbaRM, which is the voice recording and DID range management solutions. First of all, just before we go into that, I just want to thank Mark Vale, Randy, everyone at Comsverse and Microsoft, especially the sponsors as well. I think this has been a great event, great way to use Teams and the program that we use every day to make a conference out of it and use that and make sure in these difficult times that we're still able to have these discussions and see and kind of live and breathe Teams like we do every day. So today, as Ståle said, we're going to go through ClobbaVR, which is a voice recording solution. And then we're going to go through ClobbaRM as well, which is a DID range management solution. Before I go into those solutions, what I'm quickly going to do is I'm quickly going to run over our full portfolio of products. So just looking at our, went a little bit too far there. There we go. We should be back on that page. So before I go into kind of ClobbaVR and ClobbaRM, we're going to look at the portfolio of solutions we have across code. And the main solution itself being Clobba. Clobba is hopefully it won't adjust on that, is CDR-based reporting on UC platforms. The way we do this is we extract the CDRs, we manipulate and dissect the information to turn it into reports, dashboards that you can then use to make informed decisions on your business. The main ways and the main benefits we see of using Clobba are things such as user adoption with modality and data sources as well. So if you're tracking from one data source to another, we can track the usage and make sure if you're using from one UC platform to another, we can make sure one's going down and one's going up. We can help you manage your call costs, importing tariffs, helping you manage each department and making sure they're sticking to their individual costs. We can look at call quality, so we can really get into that granular information, track your good versus your poor calls. And then we can look into probably what's one of the most important issues at the moment, being productivity, especially around the queues and auto attendance. We can make sure we can track productivity of users, make sure they're answering calls, who's answering calls, and getting particular information across all of that from the CDRs. We then also have another product known as ClobbaRT. This is our real-time solution, and this is real-time wallboards for Skype for Business. At the moment, this isn't available for Teams, but the solution is there. So as soon as we get that API with the presence information from Teams, we can get that across. Our other solutions we have are ClobbaDM, which my colleague Kieran presented on yesterday. This is where we can help you manage your inventory, reporting, and management of headsets and devices through one single application. So we integrate with Jabra, Poly, and EPOS, and we take all of their information from their management systems where you can update the firmware. We put that into one single pane and help you manage that. The next solution we have is ClobbaMT. This is the analytics and reporting on Teams collaboration, where we look at everything outside of voice. So letting you monitor your channels, how many messages are going through your channels, letting you keep up to date on the collaboration side of Teams. Then the last two, and probably the most important two for today, are ClobbaRM, and this is our DID range manager, helping you manage and report on multiple DID ranges. I'll keep that one nice and short because we're going to go into that in a lot of detail shortly. And then we've got ClobbaVR, which is our Clobba voice recorder. This is a client-side voice recording system for Microsoft Teams and for Skype for Business, using the Teams bot to go and invite itself to calls. But again, I'll go through that in a lot more detail. So that's our full suite of solutions, and you will have seen in the presentations with Mark and Kieran through the rest of Comsverse, they would have gone through these in a lot more detail. I've got a video at the end of the presentation that will show this as well. So as we go through, we can look here at ClobbaVR. So what is ClobbaVR and the voice recorder? ClobbaVR is it's a simple to use, easy voice recording solution. We use the Teams bot to invite itself along to calls of particular users that have been specified. And then with that, it goes and invites itself along to all of the calls and records it and stores it. Why would we use a simple voice recording solution? There's lots of needs for particular businesses having voice recording solutions out there, some for compliance purposes, recording, but with a simple and easy to use recording solution, it's for those things such as assisting with training of employees. Sometimes you may, as a business, just need a simple voice recording solution, but you don't want to pay top dollar for those voice recording solutions that are going to get you compliance. That all you need it for is assisting with training employees, resolving client disputes, replaying key meetings, or listen to all of your attendees on a conference call. The way it works is it can go and, as I said, it uses that Teams bot, it uses the call recording graph API, and it goes and invites itself to all the calls and then stores the calls on a server. We use this, and very simply, we use this API, take the calls away, and it's installed on your environment, giving you that data sovereignty. All of the recordings are stored within your area. You can you can manage that, keep them as long as you want. It's all up to you as we keep it in either your Azure or your particular on-prem environment. It uses E5 or phone system license, so it can only record users with an E5 or phone system license. Then with this, unfortunately, there's no option for multi-tenancy because it has to be on-prem. It's always installed on an on-prem server. And then what it will do is it will record all calls. It will then encrypt the calls, then will transfer to the ClobbaVR server. And then, but unfortunately, it's not currently PCI compliant. So it's just for those real dispute resolution. If you need PCI compliant solutions, pause, resume. Unfortunately, we don't have that capability at the moment, but this is those simple recordings for dispute resolution and training. That is our voice recording solution. Again, if there's any questions at the end, please feel free. I'm happy to answer them. As you can see with the voice recording solution, it's very simple to use, very easy, and it gives you those needs if you have simple recording needs such as, say, training or customer disputes. So I'm now going to go on to ClobbaRM, which is our DID range manager, or DDI as some people like to use it. I prefer DDI anyway. ClobbaRM it's a single pane view of all of your DDIs and all your DDI ranges across the business, taking away that need for you to manage those DDIs across a spreadsheet. There's so many businesses we speak to, and I suppose some that you may know yourself, or you may know of businesses that try and manage all of their DDI ranges across spreadsheets. The larger your organization, the harder this gets, with the more DDIs you obviously have. If you're a global business with lots of DDIs in different locations, a range manager can really help you to manage that and keep on top of it. As I just said, it takes away that management of your ranges from spreadsheets. It helps you to quickly allocate and reserve numbers within a range. It helps you to identify rogue DDIs. So if a number is coming up through your software, through your system, and we don't know where that's coming from, we can help you to manage that and make sure we can get that number allocated to a range, or it can help to adapt that. And I can show you that as we go through the range manager. So they're the quick and easy ways of why we would use it. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump out of the presentation and I'm going to jump on the range manager itself. So hopefully everyone can still see this here. The range manager here is very simple, and this gives us a quick overview of all of our ranges. So the way we work is we integrate with Active Directory. So we integrate with AD, we import all of your ranges. So for example, if you have spreadsheets of ranges currently in play at the moment, we can import them all onto the software. And this first page here just gives you a quick overview of all of your ranges across the business. We can see here the total number of ranges. We can see here the percentage of allocated numbers against unallocated numbers. And again, we can see that in a nice graphical format here. Here we can start to look at all of our ranges. We can see the from, the to, the description, so what we want to name that. This is auto-described, so when we take it out of Active Directory. And then we can see the size and the amount allocated as well. With this, we can give you your allocated percentage, so we can start to see the numbers that the ranges that have been fully allocated. With that, this can be very important. Say if you're a business and you want to keep on top of your ranges and you want to make sure your range for that one particular location is big enough, we can set alerts within the software as well. So with those alerts, we can make sure that you, say if you as a business had an 85% capacity on the range, and at 85% you wanted to be told, so you could go and speak to your provider and update that range and get more numbers. We can do that for you, and we can set those alerts in here. As we come through, we can then click into our ranges here, and this is where we can really start to manage our ranges and get more detailed information on each of these ranges, who they've been allocated to, and the locations they are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click into this one particular range. Once I've clicked into this range here, we have the search function at the top, so we can look for one particular number, see who it, or an employee, and we can see who it's allocated to. We can look at the allocation here, so we can see here, again, all of the numbers allocated against unallocated. We can see on the map here where this is located, where that range is located, but now we get that full breakdown of each DDI. So we can see on here the number and the extension, whether it's been allocated and the employee it's been allocated to. Then as we track through this, again, this all updates. So as Active Directory is updated, this would update as well. But what we can do is if we were to click into this number here, the one that hasn't been allocated, and we click in here, we can actually reserve the number. So say we have an employee who left the business and we have a new employee starting and we want to reserve this number, we can do that quickly here, and we say, actually in here, we're going to reserve this number until the 31st of July, and we can add in here a quick note to say reserved for sales team new employee. We'd modify that, adjust it, it would be saved, the number would be reserved, and that number couldn't be allocated out from there. As you can see, it's quite easy to adapt your ranges. You can quickly make reserves, quickly save them for employees, and just help you manage that range across the board. We can, as I explained earlier, we can also look at rogue DDIs as well. So if we have a rogue DDI that's coming through that's not allocated to a particular range, we can do that here, and we can see this number will come up on this report. This report is downloadable, so you can download it, have your rogue DDIs. But what we can also do with this is if there is a new particular, if there is a set of numbers that are coming through on a range that are all in line, so one after the other, the system will automatically create a range for it. It will create a range to the location, allocate it to that, it will allocate it to that location, automatically name it, and then it will then move out of your rogue DDIs and in as a standard range, just so that then it's giving you that management. It will automatically manage for you if there are rogue DDIs coming through that haven't necessarily been uploaded on there. With this as well, we are also then able to pull off DDI reports. So we can run reports, schedule reports, so that, and what this report will do is it will just give you a list of the allocated DDIs, who they're allocated to, and we can schedule this. So if you wanted to just have your reports come through on a standard basis, if you wanted your reports to come through, say every day, every evening, we can do that for you, and we can schedule the DDI report so it will come across with all of that, all of your DDIs at that relevant time you ask for it. Hopefully this explains our DDI range manager quite simply and across the board. It's very easy to manage, very easy to work. So you can quickly just look at your ranges, allocate it from that perspective, reserve them, and you're really getting that benefit and taking away that need for you to manage your ranges across the business. I'll quickly jump back to the presentation now. Let's hit there. So as I explained with our range managers, it's very simple, very easy to use. You just setting those alerts, helping you manage the DDI ranges is very important. As you can imagine, with more global businesses, ones with, as you can see on my demonstration I did there, with lots of locations, it's very difficult to manage all those ranges, especially from one place, especially if they're getting allocated, if they're being filled up accordingly. So just having this tool will help you to manage those global ranges in one single pane view. So that is ClobbaVR and ClobbaRM. I'm aware I've gone through them quite quickly and gone through those points. So if anyone's got any questions at the end, guys, please feel free Happy to answer any questions, but hopefully they're all explained to a level you understand anyway. What I'm going to go through now is we've got a nice demonstration video here. I might just have to stop sharing my screen and share again, Sol, because I think the system audio may not be working, but we can just test that here. So this is just a quick video showing you a demonstration of all of our solutions and just giving you a quick run through. I don't think that's got sound, so I'm just going to unshare and share again.
Code software has a host of solutions enabling management multiple.
Okay, sound doesn't seem to be working on that one.
Yeah, it works.
Did you hear it?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I just can't hear it on my end. Perfect, no worries. Oh, here we go.
Code software has a host of solutions enabling management multiple elements of your Microsoft Teams environment. From a single application, you have advanced reporting and analytics, device management, DID range management, and voice recording. Clobba is the reporting and analytics module which is used to monitor call quality, employee productivity, user adoption, call costs, and SIP trunk utilization. It is fully customizable for individual user requirements, whether they are IT admins or business users. Clobba uses single sign-on, which defines the usage rights. The search-based reporting allows quick and easy access to the required insights, whether this is for an employee, queue, or specific number. User trends can be seen in summary, and detailed call information can be drilled into including comprehensive call quality statistic. The dashboard gives a snapshot view of daily usage. Filtering can be applied to ensure relevance, and the dynamic nature allows users to select or deselect elements on the monitors. Drill through is then available to access details directly from the dashboard. Different users can define the dashboards displayed, choosing from call quality, user adoption, employee productivity, or capacity monitors. Trends of user adoption and call quality can be viewed over a user-defined date range. And with the ability to monitor multiple data sources, transition to Teams can be viewed versus Skype for Business or other legacy platforms. The user adoption map shows the trends and uptake of Teams to ensure business continuity and highlight areas for further education and training. Filtering can be applied if analysis is required on a particular organizational unit. Historical analysis of call queues and auto attendance ensures service levels and call handling is at an acceptable level, a summary of which can be shown with the ability to drill through to individual agents' calls. The simple-to-use interface means data can be dissected on screen, for example, filtering on just video calls, then drilling in to get the complete call quality details. In a similar way, conferences can be listed and details presented on individual attendees and the user experience. This detail can also be represented graphically. The reporting lies at the heart of Clobba and is customizable to different user requirements. Standard reports are available, or the report builder allows for detailed filtering to be applied, ensuring only relevant information is delivered. Once configured, the reports can be run, saved, or scheduled to be distributed with a user-defined frequency. Delivered either from our cloud or on-prem, Clobba is available on a free 30-day trial, so you can see for yourself the importance of the business insights to your organization.
Great, thanks guys. Let me just go on to the last page here. Oh no, it's running again. Two seconds, here we go. So hopefully that video there just gave you an insight into everything else we can do on the reporting side as well, looking into a bit of detail on the wallboarding, the functionality, Up here is just my contact information if you did have any questions after today, and obviously the link for the breakout room as well. Thanks for your time listening to you guys, and yeah, I'll be available in the break room after the questions and answers if we've got any coming through.
All right, thank you, Jacob. And I think it's an interesting topic to cover, DID management and call recording. I see a lot of organizations, they are not handling the IDs in a good way. It can be cumbersome, and sometimes you can spend too much time finding available numbers, especially if you are in different countries.
Yeah, very much so.
So that's so much wasted time. So please save that time, people. And there are no current questions, but
Okay.
we can head over to the breakout room, and you can have some discussions and get your questions, and maybe you can show them even more, Jacob.
Yeah, no worries, can do.
All right,
Thanks,
I will end this session. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Dale. Thanks, cheers, bye.